I'll just share my screen. Just let me know if it is visible to all.
Yes, sir, it's visual.
You can see that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as Rajeshji mentioned, the topic today is what I personally prefer to call as money coaching, the new form of financial advisory. And I have to thank Rajeshji for giving me this thought that it is a new form of financial advisory. I have been doing it for so many years. So for me, it was something which was taken for granted kind of a thing. I never realized that it is something which can be new to people from the financial services industry also. So let's dive down and get started. Do you know the total amount of money that we Indians waste every year is 1.77 lakh crores? When we say we, it means you, me, and including all your clients and the public out there. 1.77 lakh crores is more than the budget of Health Department of Government of India per day. Where are we wasting this money? The amount which is lying unclaimed in Provident Fund accounts across India is 26,497 crores. People who were working in company or who were working in a company, people who have changed companies, changed account, changed cities, money lying unclaimed with EPF accounts. Unclaimed bank accounts, number of lying amount is 18,381 crores. These are huge numbers. Inactive mutual fund portfolios, all of those who are in this field know that people start investments, stop in between, do it for tax planning, forget about it, start with a small amount, the performance is not so well. So just leave it as it is, 17,880 crores. Unclaimed insurance amount, insurance is a long-term commitment. People pay, then forget, people lose their policy documents, can't find out after years. Don't even remember that they had taken a policy after so many years. Unclaimed insurance amount, 15,167 crores. You are holding shares of a company, but you have not updated your demat account details, bank account details, addresses. Unclaimed dividend, 4,100 crores. The total life insurance premium in 11-12 was 63,945 crores. After 5 years, the amount of lapse was 42,472 crores. Money is simply going down the drain. The amount which was transacted in 2021 credit card was 7,30,000 crores, out of which 30% was rolled over, not paid on time. And at a conservative interest of 24%, the amount of money lost was 52,624 crores. All put together is 1.77 lakh crores. Question here is, why do we waste so much of money? Why are we so casual about money? On one side, we work very hard to earn money, to grow money, to save money. And on the other side, we waste so much of money. Why is that? And according to me, there is only one reason for that. We are taught, we learn, our formal education system teaches us, enables us, empowers us on how to earn an income, how to get money, how to earn money. It does not teach you how to keep money. Even if you are anybody in the audience who is maybe an MBA in finance, maybe in financial services industry for some time, Rajeshji, I know, is a CA himself. I can challenge any one of you. In your 12 years of schooling, 4 years of graduation, 2 years of post-graduation, even a PhD, you never had a subject or a paper or a topic which said managing money. It also enabled you only to earn money. You were an MBA finance, you knew how to read a balance sheet of a company, a cash flow statement of a company. But if I ask you to plot your cash flow and your balance sheet today of your own personal life, you will not be able to do that. That is what is lacking. So many people ask me when they come for consultancy, sir, tell us which is the best investment that we can make. And I also tell them that before you invest money, invest in yourself to learn how to invest money. I want to congratulate each and every one of you who is present in this webinar today, that you have made one of the best decisions of your life to try and learn about something which is how to become a better financial advisor, maybe how to become a financial planner, and the investment that you have made of your time today for the next 1 hour or so may turn out to be the best investment ever that you have made in your life, where you will learn more about CFP and how it can actually propel your career and take it to the next level. Your best investment in investing yourself is not something which I am saying. These are the words of Warren Buffett, the most successful investor of all times. Before I go further, let me spare a couple of minutes to share with you where I come from and how I have reached this stage. I've been in this field for about 21 years, started in 2001. I've read hundreds of books on personal finance. I've attended hundreds of training workshops and seminars and webinars on personal finance. Most importantly, I have studied closely lives of 25 legendary billionaires like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, and so on and so forth. What are they as a person? But that is not the topic of today's discussion. I've completed a lot of certifications in insurance, in mutual fund, in banking, in share markets, in teaching, in coaching, sales, marketing, training, whatever you can think of in these last 20 years. But there is one small story which I want to share with you for a moment, which will give you an idea that why I am doing what I am doing today. Why am I addressing you today? Why did I come into this field way back in 2009? I clearly remember the date was 31st of May 2009. I was in employment. I was not practicing at that point of time. And it was a Sunday. Being a Sunday, there was no hurry to get up and go to work. So we were all peacefully sleeping. Without any forewarning, out of the blue, my mother suffered a huge stroke. It was so severe that she was in ICU for 15 days. She was in hospital for 2 months. Finally, fortunately, she survived, but she was paralyzed for life. This one incident shook me so much that I tried my level best to see that she gets back to normal during the next 1 year. From 2009 May to 2010 April, I tried my level best to get her back to normal again. One fine day on April 2010, I realized that I had exhausted all the limits of health insurance that I had. I had exhausted all my saving that I had accumulated till now. I had exhausted all the investments which I had kept aside for my family's future. I was at ground zero financially. That made me realize that your life can change in a moment and you can come to ground zero in one moment. Fortunately, I kind of consoled myself that I was working in financial service industry, so I will be able to come out of the situation. I can take consultancy, I can take help, I can take guidance for people who are more knowledgeable, more experienced than me in the financial services space. So I started asking them to help me out. Nobody could help me out. And that is the time, in April 2010, I decided that I have to take charge of my situation. I'll have to learn about how to come out of this difficult situation. I'll have to learn and study how to plan and manage my finances. And my journey of CFP started. I devoted the next 52 weeks of my life studying and appearing for CFP certification. And by the time, in March 2011, when I completed CFP, I quit my 25 years of corporate job. From that day till now, April 2011 to June 2022, I have been doing nothing but helping people get better at financing, get better at managing money, giving them financial peace of mind. Why? Because people have no clue about their money, but they still complain that they don't have enough money. And that is the only thing which I've been doing for the last 11 years without selling any products. That is my USP. The difference between whether you will be financially successful or you'll be a financial failure lies in how you manage money. And that is where most people falter, most people make mistakes, most people don't know how to go about it. So the question here is financial planning necessary? Our parents, people of earlier generation could manage without financial planning. उन्होंने खुद की जिंदगी फिर भी जी ली, आप लोगों को पढ़ाया लिखा. Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. A couple of participants are saying the voice is pretty low. If you can be a little louder, sir.
Okay, I'll just increase my voice level. I think it is better now.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. I am anyways able to hear loud and clear. But
Thank you. No, I think it is better now.
Yeah, it is, sir.
I have adjusted the mic settings. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me that feedback. The question here is financial planning necessary in today's world? It is absolutely necessary because today, though you are earning much higher income compared to your parents, relatively, your cost of living is also much higher compared to the earlier generation. There are more uncertainties in life than the earlier times. Example being COVID, anything can happen anytime. People have greater aspirations because they have greater exposure towards what is happening in the outside world. So they aspire for a better standard of living. People are extremely busy. So don't even have, they are just, running around trying to earn more money, don't have time to even look at what they have and how to manage that. Easy availability of loans has played havoc with people's finances. Complex financial products has made it difficult to make the right choices. More choices is actually leading to more confusion. पहले के जमाने में FD था, गोल्ड था, और ज्यादा से ज्यादा हुआ तो PPF में पैसा इन्वेस्ट करो, end of story. Today that is not the case, and that will not be sufficient also. Most importantly, most of the people in today's world are actually working in private sector with, or maybe starting something on their own. They don't have any retirement benefits. And I'll just come to that in a moment, how important is that. And people are living longer than their parents. How is that affecting your finances or your client's finances? Here is a graph. Today, people are spending their first 25 years of their life just studying with no income. They have only 30 years of their life in which they earn also, they spend also, they take loans also, they have to finish those loans also, they have to save also, they have to make investments also, they have to fulfill their responsibilities also, and most importantly, they have to prepare themselves for the next 30 years of their life where they will be having no income. So 25 to 35 पे पूरा burden है पूरे life का, and of next 30 years of your life, which is why financial planning during this phase is very, very important. Let me spare with you a few moments that before 2000, age 2000, if you can remember, maybe somebody who was coming and advising your parents, वो या तो PPF का एजेंट होता था, स्मॉल सेविंग्स का एजेंट होता था, LIC का एजेंट होता था, FD करने आता था, or something like that. That is the only thing. It was not an advisory at all. They were just agents. Year 2000, insurance industry opened up. So there were a lot of people who joined the insurance industry as advisors in the private sector, private insurance companies, and they helped expand the insurance awareness to a large extent. But at the end of the day, they were also insurance advisors focusing only on insurance. 2005 onwards, a lot of private banks started having relationship managers who were nothing but salesmen selling banking products. And banks also started selling insurance and mutual funds aggressively. 2010 onwards, mutual fund distributors came on their own because after 2008 meltdown, financial meltdown, and then things became normal by 2010, the mutual fund distribution business picked up. Today it has reached a different level altogether. A lot of you are here in the audience are also mutual fund distributors. CFP is also coming in. I am a 2010 CFP. So financial planning started taking root in India. 2015 registered investment advisory करके एक नया entity आया हमारे सामने, but was focused only on investment advice. And what we have now today, or what will be making a difference in people's life tomorrow, is going to be what we call as money coaching, the new form of financial advisory. How does this different kind of people make a difference in people's life? What kind of relationships you are having with your clients if you are one of these? If you're an LIC agent or if you're a PPF agent or selling small savings and stuff like that, your relationship with your client is only transactional. You only do that transaction, you take that saving and that's end of story. आप client को एक बार term plan बेच सकते हो, उसको बार-बार term plan नहीं बेच सकते. Insurance advisor, same thing. It is a transactory relationship that you enjoy. A bank RO, slightly more because he keeps on going back to the client. But at the end of the day, he can sell 1, 2, 3 products, end of story. And most of the time, he changes his bank or his employment and he loses the connect with the client. Mutual fund distributors also, yeah, you may have a little bit more because people, as and when they keep on saving money, they come back to you and asking for investment on a bits and pieces thing. But between those transactions, you have no relationship with the client. RIA also the same thing. Only when the investment advice is necessary, people go to RIA. But there is a huge world of difference between a relationship that a CFP enjoys or a money coach enjoys with his clients. It is a long-term relational level relationship. It is something which is continuous. It is something which is not one time. It is something which is carries on for at a much deeper level. And I'll just spend a few minutes on that also. But the difference here is that if you are on the left side of the screen, you will have a very limited interaction and relationship with your client. If you're on the right side of the screen, if you aspire to be a CFP, if you aspire to be a financial planner, you will have a very long-term healthy relationship with your client. What changed the industry, what changed the world was what happened 2 years ago, COVID-19. And how did it change as far as the finances of a client is concerned? Clients realize that there is no certainty in life. Clients also realize there is no certainty of life. And that has resulted into two things. Awareness about health insurance has skyrocketed. Today, at least in the urban area, you will find hardly anybody who is not having health insurance. Because 1 week into hospital for COVID and the bill was 10 lakhs. And nobody had that kind of health insurance. People's finances went for a toss. People lost their near and dear ones also. No certainty of life. People were realized that you have to prepare yourself for any emergency in life. इससे पहले ये पूरे इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री 20 साल से बोल रही थी, सर लाइफ इज फील्ड ऑफ अनसर्टेनिटी, प्लीज डू समथिंग. लोग समझते नहीं थे. अब लोग अपने आप समझने लगे कि बॉस, yes, you have to prepare for any emergency in life. Anything can happen, including loss of income, including reduction of income, including loss of job, including loss of businesses. But surprisingly, even when people were guessing their incomes or salaries were slashed by 30%, 40%, 50%, there was surprisingly one thing which happened. And they realized that they were able to live on that 30%, 40% less income also. Now, why was that? And that is something because they realized for the first time in their life that पहले 100 रुपए हम लोग कमाते थे, तो नेसेसिटीज पे हम लोग 40 रुपए खर्चा करते थे, फालतू चीजों पे हम 30-40 रुपया खर्चा करते थे और 10-20 रुपया बचाते थे. जब कोविड आया, आपकी सैलरी 100 से 70 हो गई, तो आप 40 रुपए नेसेसिटीज पे फिर भी खर्चा कर रहे थे. बट आपके जो फालतू 30-40 रुपए जा रहे थे वो बंद हो गए. एंड यू आर स्टिल एबल टू सेव ऑल्सो, you are still able to survive also, which is why people realize that you are actually spending a lot of money on unnecessary things. And most importantly, people realize that planning of your finances is a must in today's world, especially after COVID. So if financial planning is a must, then how do you plan? What is a financial plan? A financial plan looks to be a very heavy word, but it is nothing but a simple roadmap which you prepare in terms of how are you going to achieve various milestones in your life. And that is what a financial planner compared to an advisor or an agent helps with people with. How does he help? He takes a holistic view of a client's finances. When I'm talking of holistic view, he doesn't look at only investments. He doesn't look at only assets. He looks at income, he looks at expenses, he looks at assets, he looks at liabilities, he looks at insurance, he looks at taxes, he looks at retirement, he looks at family responsibilities, he looks at goals, and so on and so forth. He gives absolute clarity about goals, what kind of goals a person should have in his life to the client by the first level of engagement, where you set financial goals for your client. And more importantly, you spend time and educate clients that life में important priorities क्या है, ये फालतू की चीजें छोड़ दो. What is more important for you in life? That is what the financial advisor advises them on. As I said, you focus on income, your expenses, asset liabilities, and so many other things, which if you are only an insurance advisor or only an MFD or only an RIA, you focus on something which is only one part of the whole story, one part of client's life and not the other part. You look at things in a very segregated, limited manner. As a financial planner, you look at things in totality, holistically. More importantly, you do a very complete risk assessment of a financial client's life. Where are the gaps where he is actually exposed to huge amount of risk, whether it's with respect to income, whether it's with respect to expenses, whether it's with respect to more than normal liabilities that he's carrying, or maybe even his core insurance with respect to health and life. And you also plan for a contingency planning. People have now realized the importance of what is known as emergency fund, which is the first step that as a financial planner, you do is you prepare him for any kind of emergency and contingency in life. And most importantly, after completing all this, you help him build a personalized wealth building plan, taking into account everything which is actually in front of you. What is covered in financial planning? Goals planning, insurance planning, tax planning, retirement planning, investment planning. As I said, it doesn't cover only investment planning. It doesn't focus only on retirement where you try to sell him a retirement plan or an annuity product. It is not only tax planning where you try to sell him a ALSS or an insurance policy just to save tax because वो बोलता है मुझे इतना टैक्स बचाना है, आप उसको प्रोडक्ट देके आ जाते हो, आगे पीछे का कुछ मालूम नहीं है. You are not only doing insurance planning, where as an insurance advisor, maybe you do some amount of term insurance and stuff like that, or a health insurance and other things, but that is also looking at things in a very limited way. And goals planning, where the entire thing starts as far as financial planning is concerned. Now, we have seen why financial planning is important. We have seen what role a financial planner can play in people's life. The question here is, how can you become a good financial planner, or what will make you an effective financial planner is what Rajesh ji is going to share with you after I finish, is the importance of the CFP certification. I have no hesitation in admitting in front of all you, whatever I am today, whatever is giving me that respect, whatever is giving me that credibility, whatever is giving me by people where you are listening to me in the first place, is all because of CFP. To be honest, CFP से पहले मुझे डेबिट और क्रेडिट भी मालूम नहीं था, मुझे FV और PV भी मालूम नहीं था, फ्यूचर वैल्यू एंड प्रेजेंट वैल्यू. तो जिसका एक फॉर्मूला इज द बेडरॉक ऑफ फाइनेंशियल प्लान, व्हिच यू विल लर्न. वो समझ लिया ना, आपने पूरी जिंदगी में फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग समझ लिया. But financial planning teaches you all this, which I mentioned in the previous slide, and that is why CFP is more important. Not only it will make you a good financial planner, it will give you a technical knowledge, it will give you a practical knowledge, but it will enable you to look at clients' finances in a holistic way and help him actually plan his finances. If you, and what is the financial planning process? It is generally a three-stage process which financial planners follow. First is they establish the goals and objectives that the client wants to be achieved in his client's life. Second is they gather client's information and analyze the information in terms of what is what, in terms of income, expenses, asset liabilities, and so on and so forth. And third is they prepare a financial plan which will try to completely fulfill all these dreams and aspirations that the client may have. That is what financial planning is all about. What is a financial planner role and responsibility? He is more of a mentor than an advisor. As an advisor, you only advise. Remember transactional relationship versus long-term relationship? As a financial planner, you are more engaged, you are more involved, you are more participative in client's financial situation. You act as a mentor. They look up to you to give them a proper and very, very effective financial advice and help them actually implement those. you add immense value to them. Let me give you one example. Once you gain their trust, people will ask you about whether how should they change their career. Whether they should change jobs, whether they should leave job and start their own business, what kind of college they should send their kids to, when they should retire, whether they have the capacity to retire early, and so on and so forth. You become so integral part of their life by adding immense value to their life. I actually am offering financial planning services. If you are an MFD or an insurance person, you are actually broadening your offering to the client. You are adding much more value to the client. You are actually adding one more services into your arsenal to actually go and talk to your client all about. Along with that, if you do financial planning coupled with whatever you are doing, I can assure you one thing. If you are earlier getting maybe one or two SIPs, one or two investments, you will get the entire chunk of his investments to you. If you are looking at only insurance in a very limited way, you will be able to pull the entire insurance requirements towards you. If you are looking at his finances in a limited way, maybe even if you are advising him on loans, you will be able to not only give him a housing loan, car loan, personal loan, business loan, CC, OD, so on and so forth. So in short, if you're a financial planner, you will be advising him on everything related to his finance in totality, thereby increasing your share of his wallet also, increasing your income from the same client. You don't have to go and searching for new clients. You will enjoy a longer duration of relationship, which is why you don't have to keep on searching new clients. Hunting versus farming जो आप लोगों को सिखाते हैं sales में, you will not be hunting, you will be farming. You will be taking more and more from the same client. And it is also important that you look at financial planning as a career or as an addition tool for your portfolio, because you all are aware, IRDA, PFRDA, SEBI, and all these people are making it more and more difficult by bringing more and more restrictions on the functioning of individual agents, individual MFDs, by having more and more compliance, more and more rules and regulations, which are in favor of clients, no doubt, but they are also squeezing the MFD community to a large extent. That you can see from the earnings that you are having 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and what you are earning in terms of percentage, not in terms of absolute number. So financial planning, becoming a financial planner becomes more important because not only awareness post-COVID has gone up into the public, people are looking for financial planners, people are looking for financial planners who will not sell them products. And here is an opportunity for you to actually step in and enhance your services by becoming a financial planner. There is just focus on this for a moment. Your credibility as a financial planner is a result that you get for your clients, not the results you get for yourself. Let me elaborate. As an MFD or as an insurance person or as a person selling securities, you will face a lot of clients who will say, "Because what gives you the authority to advise me on my investments and my savings?" आप खुद का पोर्टफोलियो मेरे साथ शेयर कीजिए, आप खुद कितना कमाते हो ये बताइए, आप खुद कितना रिटर्न आपने अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट पे कमाया है वो मुझे बताइए, तब मैं आप पे भरोसा करूंगा whether you think I should take your advice or not. Let me ask you a simple question. Sachin Tendulkar is the greatest cricketer in this world of all eras. Who was his coach? His coach was Mr. Ramakant Achrekar, who only played first-class cricket for a limited period of time. Did Ramakant Achrekar played at the same level of Sachin Tendulkar to actually enable him to coach? No. Who was the coach of the Indian cricket team who won the 2011 World Cup? Does anybody remember? His name was Gary Kirsten. But Gary Kirsten was not the greatest all-rounder of all time. Gary Kirsten was not the greatest bowler of all time. Gary Kirsten was not the greatest batsman of all time. But he was a good coach. And he could coach Mahendra Singh Dhoni and his team to win the World Cup. So your responsibility is to make that your clients score big. Your clients get the results. Does not mean that you should be getting those results yourself in your life before you feel confident that you should, you are capable of advising others. So whenever somebody asks you this question, the point I'm making here is don't hesitate that how will I advise others, how will I help others if I am not up to the mark. To make you come up to the mark, your CFP certification is enough. So now we come to the main topic. What is money coaching and how is it different than financial planning? As I mentioned some time ago, financial planning involves 3 stages: setting the goals, taking the information and analyzing, and preparing and presenting a plan. Money coaching, the way I have developed, and there is nobody else in India who has developed this system, is 6 steps. Step number 1 remains establishing goals and objectives. But here we go much deeper. When I go with my clients, I make them think about 17 goals of their life which they have never thought about, as well as setting the priorities of their goals. Step number 2 is gathering client information and analyzing them, but at a much deeper level. It is income, expenses, assets, liabilities, responsibilities, tax, insurance, and many other things which we focus on. And we do an analysis also. Most importantly, which Rajesh mentioned at the time of my introduction, is which most of you do not do or will not even be able to do as a financial planner, developing the right mindset about money. In my first meeting with my clients, I asked them a question: why do you want money in your life? Have you ever thought that what role money is going to play in your life? And what is your relationship with money so far in your life? इसके बारे में वो कभी सोचा ही नहीं है किसी ने कि मनी से मेरा रिश्ता क्या हो सकता है, मनी मेरे लिए क्या अहमियत रखता है मेरी लाइफ में, और मुझे पैसे से लाइफ में क्या चाहिए. We are just blindly running after money without thinking about that. I make them think about this and get a better clarity. Preparing and presenting a financial plan, obviously as a financial planner, we do at a much exhaustive level, much comprehensive level, because it covers his entire life, not stops at retirement, but till the end of the life, and goes much beyond what you would like to keep for your next generation also. Most importantly, implementation of the plan, where you take accountability of the result that you will produce for your clients. You take the responsibility of giving them what they want in life in terms of the result that they are expecting, because you are taking the responsibility of implementing. And when I say long-term relationship, as a financial planner, you may complete those 3 stages in 1 month of his engagement with the client. Here, it is a year-long relationship. At least I work on a retainership model where people engage me for 1 full year. They renew their engagement after 1 year, like you renew your membership or your insurance policy. And my first client, whom I signed in 2011, is still with me after 11 years. That is the kind of relationship that you enjoy with your client if you're a money coach. And most importantly, how do you give that results? How do you ensure that your client finances are improving day by day, month on month, quarter on quarter, year on year? Is because you create a system for them, you implement a money system for them, you implement a money management system for them, which tracks and reviews the performance of his finances on various parameters, whereby you are able to actually build his wealth step by step, 1 step at a time over a longer period of time, because you are not in the short term, you are not having a short-term relationship with him, you are having a long-term relationship with him. The moment you start showing results, howsoever small in the initial stage, is how the relationship will actually prosper, and you will enjoy a long-term relationship with your client where you will be able to build wealth for him over a longer period of time. Money coaching goes beyond goal setting for his life and beyond. As I said, detailed information about clients' finances. You understand what are his money beliefs or what is stopping him from thinking right about money, or where is he getting stuck. But you don't look at only his charts and graphs and statements and ITRs. You go and talk to him and go into his mindset to try to find out what is blocking him about thinking right about money, and you change that. Giving results with accountability, build a customized money management system, and you work with a retainership model with a lifelong renewals. At the end, what you aspire to do, or what you become over a period of time, is like a family doctor for his entire family, husband, wife, and kids. So that anytime he has any issue with his money, he comes and talks to you, he comes and consults you, and you know his entire situation about money, inside out, in depth, which is why you are able to give him the right advice. So you are a family doctor or a financial family doctor for him. You build trust because you are not selling him products only. You are giving him much value-added advice, and you then start and enjoy a long-term, lifelong relationship with your clients, which you're not doing currently. With this, Rajeshji, I come to end of my presentation. I hope it was useful to all of the participants.
Sir, that was an absolutely lovely presentation, and trust me, I was so much glued to the presentation. I wish it would have gone on for a few more minutes.
Whatever has not been covered, we will try to cover in Q&A.
Yeah. Friends, if you have questions regarding money coaching per se, or what sir talked about, that you can write. Your questions regarding CFP program and other stuff that you have mentioned, that I'll take care of. Don't worry. I'll ensure that I'll answer you every single question regarding CFP. Your questions regarding what sir has been talking about. All that, Tina, where can we get CFP? How we can become a CFP? All that I'll explain. Don't worry. Can the PPT be shared, Jayakumar? No, PPT cannot be shared. PPT is sir's hard work of so many years, but he has already enlightened us with his thoughts. So that's going to live with us.
I hope you have taken notes when the PPT was on. Those notes will be helpful to you.
Sir, an amazing compliment from Periya Swami. He has thanked you, saying it was an awesome presentation, sir.
Thank you so much.
Can a CFP become RIA? All of that I'll answer. Don't worry. A CFP has RIA. For becoming an RIA, CFP is one of the things that is required. I'll explain all of that.
Differentiate between advisor and a coach. Let me take that question. As an advisor, as I mentioned earlier, is if you are an insurance advisor, if you're a mutual fund advisor, if you're a stockbroker, or if you're somebody who had worked in bank earlier and started your own practice, some kind of distribution business, you tend to focus on something which you have learned more. As an insurance advisor, you focus looking at the client's finances from an insurance perspective. You try to find out where are the gaps with respect to his insurances, and you try to fulfill that or fill up those gaps by giving him advice based on insurance. If you're an MFD, you look at his investments and you try to, fill in those gaps with respect to wherever he is not making enough investments, and you tend to give him advice on that. As a coach, you enjoy a very long relationship. As a coach, if somebody, I'll give you a very simple example. There are plenty of people who come to me on a daily basis who say कि सर मेरे पास 10 लाख रुपया, 20 लाख रुपया, 30 लाख रुपया पड़ा है, आप मुझे सिर्फ इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइस दीजिए. And I tell them only one thing कि सर आपने कभी वैकेशन लिया है? Obviously सबने वैकेशन लिया है अपनी लाइफ में. तो वैकेशन लेने से पहले आप क्या करते हो? पहले तो आप डिसाइड करते हो कहाँ जाना है, फिर आपको पता चलता है कि कितने दिन की छुट्टी आप ले सकते हो, या तो नौकरी से या आपके बिजनेस से. तीसरा, आपको नक्की करते हो कि इस वैकेशन के लिए कितना पैसा खर्चा करना है. और चौथा, फिर आप डिसाइड करते हो कि आप कौन सा व्हीकल चूज करोगे. आप बाय रोड जाओगे, बाय रेलवे जाओगे, बाय फ्लाइट जाओगे, या व्हाटएवर इट इज, राइट. तो एक 4 दिन के वैकेशन के लिए 15 दिन घर में डिस्कशन होता है, महीने भर का प्लानिंग होता है, और आपकी लाइफ के इन्वेस्टमेंट और लाइफ के प्लानिंग के बारे में जानना है, और आप पूछ रहे हैं कि मुझे सिर्फ इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइस हो. मतलब यू आर रीचिंग द लास्ट स्टेज विदाउट गेटिंग थ्रू द फर्स्ट 3 स्टेजेस कि भाई लाइफ में जाना कहाँ है. बराबर है. आपके पास समय कितना है और आपके पास रिसोर्सेस कितने हैं, वो समझने के बाद तो मैं आपको बताऊंगा ना कि बॉस हाउ टू एलोकेट दोस रिसोर्सेस. People don't even think about this at all. So I tell them, boss, I don't give investment advice alone in isolation. You come to me for coaching and I will guide you for everything. I will not do in bits and pieces. That is what you should aspire for. Hope that has answered your question. Any other question? Where can you get CFP certificate? And everything will be just explained by Rajuji in a couple of moments.
Sir, one interesting question which relates to the practice and you would be able to answer.
Yeah.
So Abhishek is asking, since you said that you don't sell any product, what is the membership system and how do you charge your clients?
I am a fee-based financial planner from day one. If you remember my story of how did I come into this field, when I was in difficulty, nobody was there to help me. I did CFP, and from that day, 2011 April, I provide unbiased, neutral, transparent financial advice without selling any products. I have survived for 11 years on only fee-based income. So can you, if you wish. It is not difficult, provided you are committed to improve your client's financial life. See, focus on the client will take care of you. But for you to become enabled to, be confident about charging fees, you will have to complete CFP certification, because that will give you technical knowledge as well as the confidence about how are you going to effectively advise your clients on everything related to their finance.
So perfect. Thank you so much, sir. With that,
whether money coaching requires RIS certification, RIS certification is, as the name suggests, registered investment advisor. Again, you are only advising the client on their investments. You are not advising them on the holistic finances. Money coaching, the interesting thing which made me come to first money coaches. I was already a CFP, I was already a financial planner, but as I realized that was as a financial planner also, I am having limited interaction with my clients. I'm not enjoying the long-term relationship. So I did a course on coaching per se, which is from International College of Coaching. I'm an internationally certified coach, and I kind of took whatever I had learned from coaching, from CFP, as well as my experience. I put them all together and developed this model of money coaching, which is a long-term, continuous coaching, handholding, and support that you provide to your clients. I just answered whether RI is required. RI is not required for money coaching, but you need to go through the coaching certification. But before that, you need to go through CFP certification. Just coaching certification will not help. So Rajesh, anything that?
So I think so. Most of the questions have already been answered, and the questions which pertain to CFP, I will take it up. Thank you so much for being here, sir, for your time, for this superb presentation, the way you explained, shared your experiences and thoughts. It was amazing, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajesh. I'll be in touch with you later. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for being a wonderful audience and giving me an opportunity. And if things work out, we will come up with something more interesting in future, along with Rajesh, which we will declare and discuss with you later on. Thank you so much.
It's perfect.
So Rajesh, is it okay if I log off?
Yeah, sir, please.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you once again.
So with that, friends, we will move to the second part of the talk, second part of the webinar, wherein we will share more about CFP, Certified Financial Planner Program, and we will answer all your questions related to the program. You compared it with CPA, RIA, all of the stuff, whatever you have mentioned. So that's what we're going to take on one-on-one. So before we answer your questions, let me begin by first giving you a brief about what CFP is. So many of you who are here, I am pretty sure would have Googled about CFP earlier or would have seen some or the other communication on CFP. So you know what CFP stands for. CFP is Certified Financial Planner. Okay. CFP is Certified Financial Planner. Now, what you see here, the CFP, when you write CFP, it is not only a certification, it's a designation, right? So please understand this difference. CFP is not only a certification, CFP is a designation. So for example, I am a CA, so I can write CA Rajesh Kumar Singh or Rajesh Kumar Singh CA, right? If I'm a CFP, I can write CFP Rajesh Kumar Singh or Rajesh Kumar Singh CFP. Sandeep Porke CFP. So CFP becomes a part of your persona, your name, your identity. The way CA becomes, the way doctor becomes. So these words like doctor, CA, they are designations, not only a certification. Similarly, CFP is not only a certification, it's a designation which becomes a part of your persona, your identity. And as Suhas sir, when he started, he mentioned that the first thing that he mentioned was becoming a CFP brought a lot of credibility and the market respect for him. So that's what it does. When there is a professional designation with your name, it becomes a symbol of trust. It becomes a symbol of credibility, a stamp of credibility for you. Your clients treat you that yes, here is somebody who has gone through certain certification, gone through certain qualifications, gone through a rigor of taking exams, gone through certain international program, and he is qualified enough to give me an advice, right? Please don't feel offended, but if I am a mutual fund distributor, I may call myself an MFD, but the way the customer looks at me, he feels as if I am an agent. He doesn't feel as if I'm an advisor, because the reason being, because I do not bring that professional background, professional lineage. How can I expect him to treat me at par with a CA, right? So that's where these programs CFP fills in the gap and makes you market ready, makes you ready for the real world, right? Makes you ready to win the client's trust. So that's what CFP is. It's world's topmost program in personal finance. It's a very unique program. It's made in 4-in-1 format. So meaning to say the program is split into 4 levels. So these are 4 levels of the program that you study. The program is split into 4 levels. You complete each level and you get 1 certificate. Level 1 you pass, 1 certificate, 2, 3. So level 1, 2, 3 certificates are called specialist certificate, and level 4 is your final certificate. The best part is all these certificates that you get here are not issued by any India body. They are issued to you by FPSB USA, Financial Planning Standards Board, the certifying body of CFP from USA, Denver. So, meaning to say you are getting an international certification, international designation, which is valid in 27 countries. So, passing a CFP, you will write CFP Sandeep Korke not only in India, even if you are in US, you will be CFP Sandeep Korke. That your designation, your certificate, your license remains valid across 27 countries. And the best part is, as I mentioned, this is a 4-in-1 certification program. So within one program itself, you get 4 international certifications. Okay. The program, as Suhas sir has already shared what you learned during CFP. He talked about financial planning, investment planning, tax planning, estate planning, all of the things he talked about. So it's a program which is very rich in personal finance, purely in personal finance. Corporate finance elements are very few in very little in CFP program. It's very, very rich in personal finance. So when I say personal finance, I essentially mean finances related to a person, an individual, my earning, my saving, my investments, my taxes, my wealth, my portfolio, everything related to a person. Okay. It's a very short-term program, and the beauty is it's an online program. You can study online, you can take exams online, everything is online, very standard, a very global framework, right? So no hassle as such. So it's a program that by virtue of the design, it's very ideal for working professionals, for BFSI professionals, for IFAs, for MFDs, for insurance advisors, for MBA students, for graduates, for undergraduates, for professors, for people who come from commerce or finance academics. So it's a program which is ideal for anybody and everybody, provided you have a reason to study it. So there are people who study it for growth, for acquiring growth in career. There are students who want to do CFP to start with a good BFSI job, BFSI entry. So you have your reason. You will have to see what is the goal that you are trying to achieve. So coming to the criteria, one of you have mentioned earlier as well, I think in the chat, that what is the criteria. So to enroll into the program, this is to enroll, not to get certified. This is to enroll. When you enroll into the program, you have to be minimum 10+2. 12वीं pass hona padega. Minimum 10+2 at any and 18 years of age. There is no upper age. Upper age criteria is not there. Okay, 18+ years of age. No restriction on stream or percentage. Okay. So this is what you require to enroll. By the time you complete your CFP, to get your CFP certificate, your CFP license or your CFP charter, what you need is, you need to be a graduate, a minimum graduate. Okay. Your question can be, I'm an undergrad, and I'll complete in 1 year or 1.5 years. But by that time, I will not be a graduate. So what will happen? No worries. Your passes will be retained. The day you turn a graduate, you can claim your certificate. Okay. So you need to be a minimum graduate, and you need to have 3 years of experience in the BFSI domain, exclusively in BFSI, 3 years. Question can be, what if I do not have 3 years of experience? Then you have to do 1 year of supervised articleship. So you would know that in a CA as well, you do 3 years of articleship. Similarly, here you have 1 year of supervised articleship under a practicing CFP, 1 year. Okay. And you complete this and you get your CFP license, your CFP charter certificate. So I mentioned it's a 4-in-1 program. And I also mentioned there are 4 levels in it, right? So that's what it is. The program is divided in 4 levels. Each level you go on by, you will study level 1 first, then you would go on to level 2, then level 3, and then level 4. Likewise, you go, right? So 1, 2, and 3, when you complete one by one, after that you take a project 2, and then after that you move on to level 4. So I'll come and talk about the program curriculum in detail on the next slides. At each of these levels, so when you complete level 1, you have to take 1 exam. When you complete level 2, 1 exam, 3, 1 exam, 4-in-1, 4, 1 exam. So meaning to say there will be 4 exams. At the end of each level, there is an exam. Exam happens once every month. Every month there is an exam. You can book the exam whenever you feel I am ready. So there is no compulsion that you have to take exam in a particular month. It's absolutely your choice when you want to take the exam, when you are ready to take the exam. Yeah. So here is now the program curriculum, as I was talking about. I mentioned there are 4 levels in it. So the first level is called investment specialist. And when you complete this, the certification that you get from FPSB is written like this. FPSB is Financial Planning Standards Board USA. FPSB registered investment planning specialist, right? So imagine you have an international certificate designating you as an investment planning specialist at the completion of level 1. What you study in level 1 is, the first subject is personal financial management, which is more of the concepts of basic personal finance. As Suhas also mentioned that I did not know even debit credit when I entered into this. So it goes like that. Yeah, it starts from very basics, teaching you asset, liabilities, debit, credit, and then goes on to teach you time value of money. He mentioned about future value bhi nahi pata tha mujhe, kind of, right? So it teaches you the time value of money, all financial calculations, how you explain your clients, etc. Then you have investment planning and asset management, which covers all investment products. And when I say all, I literally mean all. Only one product is not covered here, and that is crypto. Other than crypto, all investment products are duly covered in CFP level 1. Okay. And then the third subject, which is regulatory environment and legal compliances, primarily an investment law, right? So as CAs study business law and company law, similarly as a CFP we study more of investment law. Then comes level 2. Level 2 has got only two modules to study: retirement planning and tax planning. Retirement planning is a larger kind of a goal of financial planning, right? Because this is one common goal that each one of us have. We may have different goals as far as vacation is concerned, as far as education is concerned, child marriage is concerned. But retirement planning is one thing. Retirement is one thing that is bound to happen with each one of us, right? So it's kind of creating that larger financial goal of life and how to achieve that. That's what you study here. Sorry. And then the next subject is tax planning, where you study about taxation, the taxation system, the direct taxes, indirect taxes, the income tax, the capital gains, and it will also have a bit of international taxation system. One of you mentioned here that is the curriculum Indian or global. So every subject that you want to study will have 2 parts in it. In your textbook itself of CFP, you will see 2 parts in it. The first part will be called global, and the second part will be called India specific, right? So you will study both. In the global, you will study the standard framework plus a bit about India, US, UK, and other markets, Canada, those markets. In the India specific, you will study hardcore India specific products, market, framework, policies, etc. Then comes level 3, which is risk and estate planning, where the first subject is risk management and insurance. I know many of you would be insurance advisors here. The way we sell insurance is not actually analyzing the human life value or not analyzing the need. What we do is how much premium paying capacity a person has and we sell. So that's something that you will come out of. You will understand how to measure risk first, how to quantify risk, and then accordingly advise, curate product, design products for him. So that's a very comprehensive piece that you study in risk management. And then the last one is estate planning, which is more of passing on the wealth to the next generation, more of succession planning. So that's the other subject. And after you complete level 1, 2, and 3, after completion of this, you move to level 4. Okay, this is the final level that you study now. It will have 3 books with 3 modules, which are very much theoretical: financial planning process and skills, engaging clients in financial planning, developing effective financial plans. There will be 3 modules, but these are very theoretical in nature. Okay, what is the most unique thing about level 4 is the capstone project, the last thing that you see here. Capstone project. The capstone project would be a real life project given to you. For example, saying that Mr. Satyanarayana is a 40-year-old man living in Chennai. He stays in this area. His salary is this much. He's into this kind of business. His family members are this. His expenses are this. His assets are these. Liabilities are this. His entire life history would be written over 2 pages. And then 10 of his financial goals that he wants to achieve would be listed down. And he would be asked to prepare a comprehensive financial plan, which will go to the extent of 55, 60 pages, as in how Mr. Satyanarayana can achieve his financial goals given the circumstances that he is in. Right. So it's a very interesting project. No cut copy paste like a typical MBA project, no cut copy paste, because this is a very unique thing, a real life case study that comes to you every time. Okay, so that's it. It's kind of an opportunity for you to whatever you have learned earlier in level 1, 2, and 3, it all amalgamates together in the project to give a practical say. That's what you learn here. And then you do case studies, more case studies, because the examination of level 4 is also based on case studies. So I think Suhas sir has already talked about learning outcome. I'm not emphasizing this again, but what CFP does is, other than of course giving you a mark of credibility and recognition and respect for the client, what it does, it makes you an expert, a subject matter expert on the whole of personal finance, income tax, the investment laws, the investment planning, right? And you are able to explain your clients better, understand their financial behavior, understand their relationship with the money, all of that. In terms of career, many of you would be MBA students or BFSI students or want to get into the corporate world. So for them, yes, it opens multiple opportunities, plethora of opportunities to get into the BFSI domain, the banking, wealth management, portfolio management, mutual funds, fintech companies, AMCs, insurance companies. So it opens up multiple opportunities. It depends on you where you want to get in. And then there are unconventional careers as well that we have seen CFPs getting into and being very successful. Not many CFPs these days are becoming video bloggers, finance content creators, financial journalists. So these are some of the upcoming unconventional careers as well that you can look at. Coming to ICFP, as I mentioned earlier as well, we are a part of Bajaj Capital Group. And I also mentioned that this program CFP was brought to India by us, right? So today when you go in India and you talk to any practicing financial planner, 80% of the financial planners have studied with us. So that's the kind of recognition, the presence that we have built in the industry. We have been teaching this program since 2002, since the inception of the program in India. The faculties who are going to teach you are all practicing CFPs, CFAs, chartered accountants, PhDs, IITs, IIMs, those kind of background people are going to come and teach you. You will have experts like Suhas sir coming for guest lectures, guest classes as well. So that's where we specialize. We have our forte in. Even the academic delivery, the overall classes delivery is headed by Miss Madhu Sinha, and Madhu happens to be the former director of FPSB India board. Now imagine former director of the Financial Planning Standards Board, the certifying board, former director of the board herself coming and teaching you live. So that's the kind of stellar faculty background that we have. And when it comes to our students, as I mentioned, we have some of the most notable names, some of the poster faces of the industry as our alumni. We are really privileged. Many of you who are MFDs or IFAs would know the names that I'm going to say. People like Gaurav Mashruwala, Dilchad Billy Moria, Suresh Sadagopan, Lovai Navlakhi, Selpi Johari, all of them, Colonel Sanjeev Govila, all of them have been ICFP alumni. They have studied for ICFP with us. So India's best known names in financial planning world, in financial advisory world, or today's guest Suhas Harshe, right? So the best known names in the country today, they have been all ICF students, ICFP alumni. That's the kind of track record we have. So the question is, so how can you study at ICFP? So the classroom sessions are not being done. That's over because of, since COVID, we haven't really started. We were about to start in July, but now again, we have seen the numbers coming up. So we are again trying to be safe. We said, no, we will continue teaching online. And the best part is in online, we are also seeing a much better response in terms of it saves your time of traveling. It gives you flexibility. And at the same time, in case of online classes, every single class is recorded. So the recording is also given to you so that you can kind of revise and you can look at the content as many times as you wish. So there are two options to study. The first is a virtual class, which is a live class like this. An instructor will come and he will teach you live. You can ask questions, ask doubts and all that. That will be a 2-hour live class happening. Again, within live class, you will have two options, which is one is weekday and the other is weekend, right? So weekday is Monday to Friday every day. And weekend is Saturday, Sunday, 2 days, right? So it depends on how much time you can take out. Monday to Friday will be all late evening. Weekday is all late evening, 7 to 9 or 7:30 to 9:30. Whereas weekend is Saturday late evening, Sunday first half of the day. So you have the choice to do weekday or weekend absolutely as per your comfort, right? And then you have e-learning sessions too. E-learning sessions are pre-recorded sessions. The same faculties, the same PPTs, same textbook, same content, but recorded already in a pre-recorded in a studio environment already, without any audience, without any student, and that is given to you. This e-learning method we recommend to people who have a similar background. So let's say, for example, a professor in finance, a professor in commerce, a chartered accountant. So these guys already have a deeper learning. It is just that they need to brush up and focus on certain topics or areas which they haven't studied earlier. So for them, it will be faster if they go for e-learning. But for rest of all, we always recommend virtual live classes because that gives you much more exposure, much more learning. So the point is, when you join, what all do you get from us to study? So you will have all this, a bag full of content to study. You will get books from us, printed books. I mean to say printed hard copy books, because there will be some learning content that FPSB board will also give you, but that will be all e-content, e-books kind of format. You cannot save, print or download. This will be all there on the net. You have to just study there. That's what they will give you. In case of us, we will give you printed books as well. We will give you ebooks, but the same ebooks in printed format also. Okay. So printed books, will give you workbooks, we'll give you projects. As I mentioned, all videos are recorded. Videos will be given to you. So before the class, you can see and revise the video. After the class, you can review and revise the video, right? There will be mock tests similar to FPSB's level 1, level 2, level 3 exams. There will be mock tests that are there. You can take those mock tests, prepare better. There would be assignments given in the class. There would be doubt clearing sessions happening every month. As I mentioned, there's the exam. So before the exam, almost 5-6 days before the exam, there would be exclusive doubt clearing session again to give you a final brush up for the exam, right? There would be multiple case studies, guest lectures, all of that. So what I'm trying to say is the study material that you are going to get is very comprehensive. It is by far India's most comprehensive CFP study material, right? That's what you get at ICFP. Your question can be now, so what are the fees? Okay, so let me tell you, there are two kinds of fees that you pay. Okay, these two fees are One is that you pay to FPSB, the board fees. These are all paid in dollars because these fees go to the US body. The other is that you pay to ICOFP. This is a study fee. This is called study fee. With this, you pay to me for teaching you, for giving you the books, for giving you the videos, assignments, case studies, practice, mock tests, all of that. Okay. So this is for study fee, and this comes in INR. Okay, this is in INR. So there are two fees involved. So first, talking about the FPSB fees. What you see here is the FPSB fees. Even before you look at the fee, please understand these fees are not paid in one go. These fees are paid as you move along the program. Okay, as you move along the program. So for example, let's say if you decide to study the program today, if you decide to join the program today, then this fee would become payable 2 months from now, not now. Okay. And this is what this is FPSB registration fee. So you will have to register with FPSB board 2 months down the line, not today. Then, as I mentioned, FPSB will give you certain content as well, certain books, ebooks, online books, cannot copy, save, download kind of books. So you get that content. For that you have to pay to. That price is $60 for level 1, 2, 3 each, and then $120 for the final level, right? So then when you pay this registration fee here, you don't pay the level 1, 2, 3 fee together. What you pay is only level 1 fee, which is $60. Okay. Then you move on, and third month you pay 3 months from now. You take this exam, so you pay $61. So these fees are to be paid. The amount that you are saying is to be paid over a year or so. The time that you take in completing the program. These are not to be paid today. What you pay and the way you pay is in this manner. 165 at the time of registration, 60 for level 1 content, $61 for exam after 3 months. And then this registration is valid for the whole thing. So you will not need to pay again. It is valid for all levels for 1 year, right? So then you have to just pay the level 2, this fee, $60 after 5 months again. After 6 months, again, this $61, likewise you pay. So it is paid in a staggered manner, not in one go. So that's about FPSB fees. Coming to ICFP fee, the fee that you pay to us for studies for your content, for books, for all other stuff, anything and everything as far as your preparation is concerned. This is what you pay to us. So I mentioned there are two ways to study. One is the virtual live class. The other is the pre-recorded e-learning class, right? Choice is yours. You can opt as in what suits you, which model of study you are going to take. So that choice is yours. You have to decide what are you going to take. Again, you have option of joining level by level. You will study for each level one by one and you pay. So there, if you join for virtual, the fee is 15,000 rupees for each level. Or if you join for e-learning, the pre-recorded one fee is 11,000 rupees for each level. So that's one way of joining, right? Or the best part is if you join in a combo. Combo is 4-in-1. You say, anyways, I have to study for the whole program, but I'll join for the full program in one go. Then the fee is 39,900 only, which means you save almost 20,000 rupees, which is around 33% is what you end up saving. Okay. Same goes with e-learning. The fee for the combo is 29,900, which again, you save around 15,000 rupees here. So 14,000 rupees. So that's what the options you have. You can join level by level or you can join combo. Now within combo, your question can be that if I join today, will I need to pay 39,900? No. If you join today, you have the option of paying in one go, or you also have a student loan arrangement wherein you pay it in 6 easy AMIs, no interest charge at all, right? So 6 easy AMIs, that is also an option where you pay only 10% balance in EMIs, or you also have an option of paying in parts. You say, no, I will not go for student loan, but I will pay in parts. I will not pay 39,999 today. Then in that case, the fee would be 42,500. It will be paid like this in 3 parts, right? For virtual, similarly for e-learning. So that's about the fee that study fee. So if you join the program today, what you incur today is this 3990 or 2990, depending on whatever 3990 or 2990, whatever you incur. And then the balance fees, study fees later on, and then the FPSB fees 2.5, 3 months later only, not today. Now, gentlemen, I understand, ladies and gentlemen, you took out time Saturday morning, you are here, and you are here for more than an hour. And as Suhas sir mentioned, being here, being committed to be a financial advisor, being committed to be a financial planner, if you want to excel in your career. He mentioned how CFP changed his whole working, how he has built credibility, how he established himself, etc., etc. We would love all of you to be becoming qualified financial planners, to have international certifications, have CFP as a mark of credibility. We would love to see Roshan Upadhyay becoming CFP Roshan Upadhyay, Sandeep Korke becoming CFP Sandeep Korke, and likewise. So with that, let me tell you, we have a very special offer for all of you today, but please remember, this is all valid for today, not for 2 days, valid for today, which means if you join the program today, this offer is valid for you. And the offer goes like, the first is more than 5,000 rupees. It's about approximately 5,500 rupees off that you have if you join the program today. You remember this fee was 39,900. The same program, the same thing is valid for you at 34,500 if you join it today. If you go for part payment, it was 42,500, which is now 37,500. So 5,000 rupees off for you. Okay. Similarly, for e-learning, the pre-recorded one, if you join today, in case of down payment, it is 24,500. This was 29,900 if you remember. And in case of part payment, this was 32,500, which is now 27,500. So you are saving 5,000 rupees if you join the program today. So that's first thing, you're saving 5,000 rupees. The second is you get a discount, 50% discount on FPSB content fee. Content is what? Ebooks. You remember I was telling that FPSB will give you certain ebooks which you cannot print, save, download kind of. And for that you have to pay $60 each and then $120. So you were paying $60 each for 1, 2, 3 and $120 for level 4, which sums up to be $300. Now, when you join the program today, we will give you a discount coupon. Not today, when you go and buy the the FPSB content, you will apply that coupon that day. Right? And when you apply that coupon that day, it will reduce your FPSB content fee, this $300 to $150 only, which means you will save $150. So which means your $60 fee for level 1 will become $30 only. $60 for level 2 will become $30 only. Likewise, the fee will come down. So $150, which means around 13,000 rupees of saving, another 13,000 rupees. So 5,000 rupees here, 13,000 rupees here, right? So 18,000 rupees of goodies, of saving, of discount if you join the program today. And then the best part is we have zero interest payment options. We also have a zero charges kind of NBFC tie-up, but I mean, if your case gets approved by that, you get zero charges, or else we have multiple NBFC tie-ups. But zero interest is one feature that's there for all. Zero interest, absolutely zero interest, not even 1 rupee interest charge on student loans. Okay. And then you have the freedom to pay it in 6 easy AMIs. You don't need to pay the whole amount today. All you need to pay today is pay 10%, block your seat. That's all. 10% of what? 10% of 3990 or 2990. Okay, 10% of 3750 or 2750, whatever you wish to. Yeah. So that's what you have to, your question can be, so how do I pay? How do I grab my seat? How do I book? How do I register? So the first is you can go to this, Kanhaiya, if you can put this link in the chat box too, my participants can copy it from there. So you can go on this. This is a quick pay link. You can go on this, click there. It will ask you for your email number, etc. And then the amount will be 10% of that. So 2450 or 3450, whatever, you just put that and proceed. It will take you to the payment gateway pay, and that's all done. My team will call you later and will complete the other formalities. That's one. Second is you go to ICFP website, and in the top right corner, there would be a button called Apply Online. You click on Apply Online. It will take you to our registration page, payment gateway page, where you put your name, number, address, etc., select your course, and then you move on. So there are two ways that you can. And while you register, you have any queries, maybe queries related to the fees, maybe queries related how do I pay, or you are trying to pay but you are not able to pay. For any such assistance, please feel free to call us anytime. Our number is 9711437779. Our program lead, Krishan Vasis, is right here. He and his team are there to help you anytime if you call us on that number. And we would love to give you all the information regarding the program, the fees, and any other questions that you have. So that's about CFP program, and that's all we had to share with you. I can see there are a lot of questions in the chat. I'll take those questions one by one. Kanhaiya, Mr. Satyanarayana is asking to send the fee details. Content Manage Executive, I don't know your name, Content Manage Executive. If you can write your name also, it becomes better. But the discount coupon is valid for a limited period. That is why the discount coupon is given to you the day you go on to buy the content. So it is like 2 months down the line, you go on to buy your content. That day, you just say your coordinator that give me the discount coupon, I'm buying my content. So will issue the content coupon, give it to you immediately. You apply that, you get your discount. Yeah, but it will be given to you only when you take the admission today, only when you are there in those lists, or else you will not be eligible. Do we have to renew our certification every year? Bhavesh Mehta. So yes, CFP is, as I mentioned, is a license to practice, right? It's a license to practice, more like a CA. So in CA as well, you have to renew your license. You have to renew your certification every year. Similarly, in CFP as well, you have to renew your license every year. That's the standard practice. That's the standard policy. Yes, the fact of the matter is, many people who are working in the corporate world as financial planners, they tend not to renew it. Okay, because they feel as if it's an add-on cost. Anyways, I'm a qualified CFP. Why do I need to renew? And I'm not doing my private practice. So that's absolutely your call. But technically speaking, yes, you should be renewing it. How come you guys can give discount in FPSB? So Abhi, we guys are the one who brought the program to India. We guys are the one who established FPSB in India, right? Forget about giving discount. So it's more of a kind of a feature to facilitate students, to kind of make it easier for you, that we work hand on hand with the board and try to simplify the fee structure for you. Yes, Nishit, valid for student loan. The FPSB fee, if you are asking, is valid for student loan? No, because FPSB fee is anyways paid in staggered manner, not in one go, right? So it is spread across over a year, right? The ICFP fee is eligible for student loan. Can we get demo lecture of content? So Content Manage Executive, again, you can write your name if that works, or see, demo lecture is like you can attend a live class. You can talk to Krishan. He can put you in the live class. You can take admission. You can attend a live class. If you feel that no, I am not able to cope up, then you know questions asked, you can take a refund. That's again okay. But you will be allowed. We will give you the content. See, please understand, as an educational institution, my content is my IPR. Right, my content is my intellectual property. I cannot keep distributing it just like that, right? One has to be a serious contender, enroll with us to see our content. Please clarify some doubts. Brinda, please ask doubts. Only then I'll be able to clarify. Do we have to pay both US and fees and Indian fees? Yeah, so US fee and Indian fees as well, but US fees not today. It will start from 2.5 months down the line, and it will be paid in a staggered manner, not in one go. Yeah. Yes, Abhi Sonpal, FPSB ebooks fee is compulsory. Even if you study with us, that's compulsory that the board has made. You have to subscribe to it. That's one of the reasons. One of you asked, how do you manage? See, that's one of the reasons. So the point that we bring across to the board is that, listen, we are anyways teaching, we have our books, we have our content. So you are forcing the student to buy the book because of your policy. So at least give him a waiver. And that's how they give us a waiver. They say that, okay, then there is a 50% waiver for your students. Okay. Sudhanshu, problem is CFP need to get an RIA license too at the end of SEBI. Understand? Okay, Sudhanshu, yes, I think you mentioned earlier as well. So please understand, if you are practicing as a financial planner, you do not need any other registration, because CFP is a license to practice. A chartered accountant, he's giving tax advice. Is he required to get an RIA license? No, because that is incidental to his business. Please go and look at the SEBI RIA circular again, Sudhanshu. And Sudhanshu, you can even go on YouTube, search on a very comprehensive video on RIA webinar that I have personally done long back. A very thoroughly made webinar. You have a lot of questions around RIA there. The SEBI RIA circular categorically says that the mode of business or the product or the advice which is incidental to your business, for that you do not need a SEBI RIA license. For a CFP, financial planning is incidental to the business. So if you are acting as a financial planner, because you are qualified CFP, you have your license, you do not need any other registration. But the question is how it is needed. Because you are not only acting as a financial planner, at times you widen up your horizon. You say, no, I will not only act as financial planner, I will do multiple other things, right? I'll sell him advice, I'll do something else as well for him. So that's one of the reasons. The same circular goes on to say as well that, look, if you are just doing mutual fund, no issues. You can be an AMFI certified person and you can continue doing that. Just selling insurance, you can be an IRDA certified person, you can continue doing that. But if you are doing multiple products, you need to be a registered investment advisor. And to be an RIA, there are three things needed. The first is education, first is qualification, second is certification, third is experience. In the education qualification thing, the criteria that they have given is the SEBI that it says is you have to be a master's, MBA, MCOM, a financial analyst, a postgraduate diploma in finance or related domain, in finance or related. If you are MSc physics and you want to be a SEBI RIA, sorry, you cannot be. Okay. Then in the certification, please read that circular. I'm emphasizing that. Please read that circular again. In the circular, there are only 2 courses which are mentioned. And I am telling it to you again, there are only 2 courses which are mentioned in the SEBI circular in the certification space. They are CFA and CFP. CFP is categorically mentioned in the SEBI RIA circular. One of you mentioned it is not recognized by SEBI. SEBI circular of RIA itself categorically says in the certification, you need to be a CFA or a CFP. If not this, at least investment advisor, NISM 10A, 10B, you have to be qualified. Okay, there is no other certification which is mentioned, but CFA and CFP are categorically mentioned in the circular, right? So CFP is a valid certification as per SEBI. CFP is a certification which is mandatory if you want to be SEBI RIA, either CFP or at least NISM 10A, 10B. See, NISM 10A, 10B is not even 20% of CFP curriculum. But because NISM is a program which is done by NISM body, which is a kind of SEBI's own body or NSE's own body, so that one of the reasons why they consider it. But content wise, if you compare, NISM 10A, 10B is not even 20% of CFP. Okay. How will queries get resolved in e-learning? So you are made to be a part of a group where the faculty's members are there. You can ask your questions live, your queries get answered. Then you have one-on-one program manager support. Then you have doubt clearing sessions happening. Even if you want an exclusive one-on-one session, doubt clearing session, that is also arranged. So a 24/7 group support, email, you have multiple touch points for you to get your doubts cleared. Once we get certificate, would ICF be mentioned? ICFP, you mean to say? Abhi, no, because certificate is mentioned given to you directly by FPSB board. It is like saying that if I pass CA, will my coaching institute name, will my education provider name, will my college name will come there? No. The certificate is given to you by ICAI for CA, right? Similarly, here it comes from FPSB USA. The certificate would be signed by FPSB USA CEO. It will come from FPSB USA board. Yeah, so can engineer sign for CFP? We have lot many engineers. Engineers falling in love with finance is not something new. I mean, because engineers have a technical bent of mind, have a little analytical bent of mind. They love to study finance, and that's how they succeed as well. So a lot of engineers come and do CFP and kind of explore career in financial planning, financial advisory, and all of that areas. Sudhanshu, I've covered the regulation part. Do you have offline lectures? I cleared Abhi that we do not do this offline lecture. We have not been doing for the last 2.5 years, and we do not intend to. I mean, we were planning, but now that the numbers are again rising, we won't like to get into that, because you see what happens, Abhi, even if I start the class, 10 days later, the numbers increase, students will not be able to join. It will be unfair. I'll take you a higher fee. Offline classes fee are all the more higher. I'll take you a higher fee, and then I would say you that, listen, there is a compulsion, I can teach you online only. So that's not fair. So that's one of the reasons why we are sticking to online for the moment. Can you show any past certificate from FPSB? Yeah, Abhi, there are lot many past certificates that I can show. I can show you my own certificate itself here. The only thing is, I mean, I don't know. You can, what you can do is you can call us on that number wherever. I mean, I just give the number here. You can connect to Krishan. He will show you the sample certificates as well, right? Because, and I can show you my own certificate, not a problem. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir, but we are paucity of time. We need to, I mean, wind up in next 4 minutes.
Okay.
The next class is
I'll take just a couple of more questions, Kanhaiya. So Ambuj is asking, is real estate asset class also covered? Yes, Ambuj, real estate asset class, and even REITs are also covered in the CFP curriculum. Okay, is the distinction because of planner, finance, but not actually? Okay, yeah, so planner is supposed to be a very holistic, as Suhas sir mentioned, it's a very holistic view that you take. It's not just about selling a product. It's about planning the goal, making your client achieve financial success. So that's what you do. Yeah, it's more like analyzing portfolios, building portfolios, creating goals. Sudhanshu, I think I've already answered CFP RIA thing. Still, if you have queries, you can call us on this number. I very clearly quoted you what is CFP, what is RIA, why a CFP gets RIA, and why many of the CFPs do not get an RIA. Like Suhas Harshe sir, he is not an RIA. He doesn't intend to get into RIA thing. He says, I'm happy doing financial planning. I'll limit myself to financial planning. And as I mentioned, as a CFP, financial planning is incidental to your business. You do not need to be an RIA. You can continue doing that because you have a valid license to do it. Yeah? So Vrinda, as I mentioned, every single class that you do is recorded, right? Irrespective of whether you miss the class or you attend the class, the videos are always given to you so that you revise the concept. The next class, you come better prepared. Yeah, so that's a standard practice that we follow. Sunil Kasliwalji, it is advisable to do CFP. So Sunil Kasliwalji, please search this name that I'm saying, Colonel Sanjeev Govila. Colonel Sanjeev Govila is one of the best known financial planners in this north, at least in the Delhi market. And Colonel Sanjeev Govila is a retired army man, colonel, and he went on to do CFP at close to 53 years. And Sanjeev has a beautiful financial planning business with the name Hum Fauji Initiatives, where his forte is doing financial planning only for army men. That's where he has built an amazing business model, and he is doing some great work as well. Yeah, so there is no limit as such on the age. People of any age, any profession come and do it. I'm very sure the batch that you join, you will have at least 2-3 more people like you, with pretty senior people coming and doing it. Yeah. So when can we start consulting our business officers? See, the moment you get your CFP certificate, you can start practicing as a CFP. You have your license to practice, you can start. Yeah. So pass the exam, meet the criteria of graduate, 3 years experience or whatever, take your certificate. The next day you can add CFP with your name. You can So you can start practicing, you can start consulting, advising. Yeah. Perfect. So I have responded already, Pratusha. So I think I've answered all the questions. Do you provide books other than the materials? Yes, I mentioned Ambut. We give you recorded the hard copy printed books, workbooks, everything. Yeah. Do you assist to get internship? Yes, Archana, because all the faculties who gonna teach you, 50% or more than 50% of them are practicing CFPs themselves, right? So if you need to do internship, we map you to one of them and we help you do finish your internship under their guidance. So Kanaya, I think we have answered all the questions. There are no more questions left, and it's time to sign off. Thank you so much, participants, for being here. You have been a wonderful audience. I know that this staying here till the end shows that you have deep interest into the program. You have deep interest in building your career, in stepping up your career, and you look at financial planning as something that you are very serious with. I would love to see all of you studying CFP, becoming a CFP soon. And as much as we are there, I mean, as far as any assistance is concerned, we are always there to help you, to guide you. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.